I remember, I might still have it, but, or at least the memory of it, but I remember I wrote a poem. I love poetry. If you don't know, I absolutely, like, I don't even think love was enough word, even though it's so expansive. Like, that is, love was a very strong and expansive word, but the way that I feel about poetry is completely different. Um, but I remember, when I was younger, if you don't know, um, I used to deal with very strong trigger warning, suicidal ideations and tendencies and actions. But I wrote a poem, and it was pretty much self-reflection. Even at that age, and I was quite young, teenage years, and it was like, how would you start over? How would you begin again? If this death was soon to come, how would you know that it was the end? Am I already not alive? Am I already not seen? Because for my words to be heard, I would have to truly believe that my energy, myself, my body holds some side of or some sense of worth. To know that I'm encapsulating myself in an early hearse. Because if I was to move at the speed that my mind is racing right now, I don't even think my spirit could catch up with me. And for some reason, I have no doubt. But I ask this question because I truly believe if I did not want to be here, then why will I be? That's just what I remember. Okay, could have been longer, could have been shorter, but um, and it was just even in those moments when I'm writing, because I used to write those suicide notes were my poetry. Um, just right then and then, just I don't know. It was just a way of me, even without knowing, without even understanding. And I thought I was like, this is it. I'm gonna go do this or do this. Not get into too much detail, but all it did was just really shifted my life in such a big way. And just give a little insight. I got the Tower card in my reading, and if anybody knows me, I love the Tower card. It is something that I cannot control, and as somebody that really deals with control, trying to figure things out, the lighting here is just kind of crazy. It's kind of making me brighter than what it is. It's kind of distracting. But I love it. It's this type of like, I cannot control it. What will be done. What is set up needs to be set up. What needs to be destroyed will be destroyed. And what will be there will be a new foundation, a new start. So 3-3, as I'm saying this, and it's just this energy, this understanding that for me, and I didn't get that channeled message and poem and energy until I actually hit record, but it's pulling me back to that in this energy of this tower energy, and we realizing that it is not in our control. And sometimes the reason why I brought out the poem, Thank You, Spirit, is because even in moments hilariously, they even like spirit's foresight. Because if you remember in the poem, I literally said, I don't even think spirit can catch up with me. They literally have me recording this on my Surviving Death book. On my Surviving Death book. And so for me to like, and I pulled this out at like, it's just unconsciously, this is the only book I have out because I'm at like the very end, probably on like 15 pages left or so. I don't think I'm gonna read the notes of this. Like anyways, it's a good book though, by Leslie Kean. But anyhow, anyway, moving back and forth, moving on. Thank you. It's this energy where I was preparing myself for constant rebirths, constant changes, constant shifts, constant looking at myself of why I'm possibly feeling this way, what's going on, how it accumulates, all these things, right? and not even realizing that I was essentially journaling, diarying these and things of that sort. Just like, even in that point where I was naming it one thing, it was really working in my favor for another, because it was essentially a killing of old self, and just constantly just like, okay, like, damn, like, and still the environment not changing, but the person that is in this environment is changing, and realizing, okay, like, constant tower moments. And so thrusting self into this energy of me realizing, okay, I have to realize that there is a way to get out what I'm feeling and expressing without harm. Okay, without self harm. Thank you. And then now, continuously, it's like, okay, now I can get out of my way of even just harm, period. Okay. And then now I can just get out of my way, period. And so it's just this constant progression of realizing what needs to end in a sense of self, what needs to be released and let go. And even down to like me wearing bangles, I always wore bangles in a sense to kind of like cover the scars that I would when I would cut self. I know that I'll be good, girl. But now it's just like, I also always love the noise. So it's always, I love it. And so just being able to have things that make noise always is very comforting. And so it allowed me this release in regards to just dancing and just expressing self in different ways of like, how do I truly release this? How do I alchemize? Scorpio energy can be very significant. Eighth house energy can be very significant. Um, or yeah, can be very significant. It's this energy where, like in my reading, I got the Tower card, and everything else just crazy. It was just this constant, and I was like, okay, that's a sense that I hold. And so I realized, I was like, I want to come in here because and this, I also bathe it in the sun. Just just let it hit that sun, and it gets real hot out here. So it's still kind of warm, and I've been taken from out of there. So it's still it's quite hot where I am. So just this energy of alchemizing the energy. Because even with dancing, I always thought I didn't like to dance. I was like, I actually really do like to dance. I have pictures of me in the moment dancing, but when it's time to do choreographed dancing, I'm like, I'm the trainer. It's just too much. It was just like, I just want to be able to move to my own energy, to the own beat, to the frequency, and that's just what I enjoy. And so just being able to realize the things that I thought were a hindrance or a burden, or things that were going to be, an outlet, was an outlet in a different way, was a release in a different way, was an opening in a different way. And I feel like it's this sense, because even before I started, I was getting childhood energy. So taking a look back at your childhood, I was talking with a friend the other day, and we were just talking about our childhood and how we were raised and how we look at things and orchestrate them. So that can be very significant, because I feel like, damn, a lot of things have shifted. And so for an outside force to come in, it's very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. Because I always say the Tower card, and I always like to think of reverses as shadow work. If it's in the reverse, that means it can be flipped upright. As above, so below. So I always think of reverses as just inner work, reflection, shadow work, no matter what deck I'm using, because it's always going to come back to, am I willing to turn this card over? Am I willing to flip this energy? Am I willing to shift it? Am I willing to take a look and recognize and really dive in there and understand it? So, and even today I had to just speak life into y'all candle. That's why I feel like oil is also significant. It's that wind energy. She also walks you to the gates, if you know who that is. I should be saying oya. Oh, shit. What did I say? But it's this energy of this I came in to do what needs to do. Like I said, I have to say it the way I need to say it. Thank you. They always gonna keep me in check and ready. Um I love it. So listen to your spirit. Listen, no matter what it may look like to others or seem like to others, but as soon as I did that the sound, I was like, that sound's getting there and life on the right. So the fact that I have to speak life into the candle, talking about speaking life, and I have to say that with vigor, which is like this depth, this gut energy, it's very. Let's see. Let me see. Mm. Hmm. Definitely have to tell y'all about that dream. As I'm pulling your cards, I had a dream, and it was a Black Panther and essentially a White Panther, and they were coming and wrecking shop. And I also had one with like a black wolf and a white wolf, and their energy is never like it's never what you're expecting. Like the Black Panther just comes in and people, it's like it feels like it's gonna bite in this ear, but it's always looking for me, right, in a dream. And I remember one time, just to give insight, one time in one of my dreams, I just got caught up in just the energy of the chaos, and that was a sign of my life. And then I went into the closet and I was hiding, and then it was a whole bunch of like little Black Panther cups just all around. And I'm like, oh my God, now they in the closet, and they just climbing all over me, being painful. And the Black Panther just comes, opens the closet, and just looks at me, just shakes the head like, and then walks away. And on the other side, there was this blue curtain because it led to a theater because we were kind of like in the theater. But also like you can live in the back of the theater. I loved it. Anyway, minor details for major things. Um, I was on the other side of the curtain the next time, so I was able to see because the first the Black Panther went in there, and then it came out that way. So the fact that I was able to see the other side of what happened on the curtain when it first went over there, this also, so I call it a dream world. A dream world. It is a world we are currently living in places you experience deja vu. You think you can also. Don't allow yourself to not flip the script and allow things to be shifted and open, okay? Allow that for yourself. Because being able to see that, and the reason why I'm saying this is because Black Panther energy comes in to destroy what needs to be destroyed. It is not leaving until you are living up to your highest potential. So the fact that it came in there shaking his head and was like, we still gonna find you. Even if it's just little baby panthers and it's coming and getting in small doses, we still gonna come and find you. And then recently, when I was on the other side with the curtain, I went a different route, a different route. Because I was telling him, like, hey, I love knowing who is and isn't real. But, and they're on the other side, and there was also a White Panther, but it led me down this corridor. And the White Panther kept coming after me. Kept, like, it was like, no, honey. Like, the White Panther just like, you see me? You know, it's like, okay. White Panther was, no, I'm pushing you. And it always reminds me of kind of the yin yang, or that's how I think of it because it's my fucking dream. Okay, this is I'm sharing it for a reason. It goes with the energy of the message. I say. And so the yin yang energy of them being this duality and it not being think what you're thinking. And so as the white came in and it's like no. And the fact that honey, bunches of thoughts, bitch. honey. Okay. Yeah. That brought me, oh, fucking it up. Okay. Let's get into your reading. Okay. So this is the starting energy, right? It could have been happening. You want to think of swords. What is it? Swords are 2 years, months, weeks, 2 weeks. Something happened possibly 2 weeks, or it will be happening within 2 weeks. No, has happened within past. Thank you. Past 2 weeks. That's why I'm bringing up a past stream. Thank you. And it's allowing you. You were at a mental impasse, a crossroad, if you will, um, an intersection, and not even of a decision, of coming to terms with your decision, of coming to understand that you've already made a choice up in your body, up in your mind. You already made that choice. You've already made that understanding, that perspective. And so now you were there, coming to terms, just having almost like a conversation with yourself where you saw, you understand you, and it was come to terms with something that happened within 2 weeks of just kind of being there. And even just kind of look this, it looks like a boat on the ocean or like a fish. So I'm also getting Piscean energy, but also this also starting to look like a mountain, so earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But it's funny, it's an air card, but I'm getting different elements. So again, it was pulling in from that gut, like I said, that filling up in here is what you've been pulling into. And I feel like it's just this accumulation of this understanding that they are intertwined. And just like that Panther energy where it comes in and ain't gonna take no for an answer, that Tower's not gonna take no for an answer. You can't do nothing about it because it's like I said, the decision, you've already made a decision, a choice. Once your perspective has been expanded or you see something, it's ignorance to choose something else, right? Intellect is, oh, I got the knowledge, but are you going to apply it? That's wisdom. Am I going to allow myself to live in it? That's wisdom. Experience it, understand it. And so you're realizing, let me get out of my head. Let me get out of this mindset. This is what is going on here, because I got me here. So where's that leading me? And that leads you to Judgment and the Five of Wands. And I love that the Judgment card is about a reawakening, a death. And I brought up, like I said, the suicide energy, the rebirth energy, the changing energy, the life, death. So all this energy where it's an outside force again, where you think your spirit don't know, don't understand, whether that be your higher self, your work team, the angels, the universe, whoever you have you. But it always starts with you. And it's this reawakening of self where you thought you were dead. No, honey, you were just in a real long sleep. But you've been alive this whole time. It's time to shift that. It's time to get that understanding. It's time to get that balance, that recalibration. And with the Five of Wands coming in here, look at the woman in the back. When you get this understanding that there's going to be bullshit and chaos at any point in time, but I can plant my seed, my energy away from that. Because they can be using their wands for so many things, but they're using it for violence, for disruption, for suspicion, for. So with this Judgment, it's like you're coming to awakening of like, what the fuck is over there though? What the fuck is over there? And even with this person, it almost looks like it's holding back this person's sick. Like, hold on, let's take a step back. You're gonna come to a realization, and it has. It came. That Judgment came. You saw something with the Judgment card. That you heard something. You felt something. You understood something. It was like, oh my God, I really am alive. I'm here. I'm present. Oh my God. And so, they say keep it as it is. As it is, keep it. Okay. We got the Page of Pentacles coming in here. I always like to think of the Page as somebody that's just like the magic school bus energy. Just to sum it up, you're okay with making mistakes. You're okay with asking questions. You're okay with getting messy. You're okay with finding things out because you know that you have the curiosity You have the depth. You already have some knowledge, some understanding under your belt, but you're okay with learning. You're okay with understanding. You're okay with changing something for the new and releasing the old and allowing that to be your perspective. But now you got a brand new tool. I can make anything. I can create anything. And the Eight of Cups. Emotionally leaving. You realize that I'm leaving this bullshit behind. Right next to the Five of Wands. I'm leaving that bullshit behind. I was emotionally attached to things, feeling, and look at where she's at. Honey, I'm a magician, but not in a way that I play with the cards. This is all truth, honey. Bunch of votes. In a fucking cemetery. I'm leaving it all behind. That emotion of detachment, attachment, up, down, confusion, confliction. You want to know what you want to understand? With this Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. That was my toe. Got a little close. Where's my thought of mine? Bring it back to me. When you are removing, when you are shifting, when you are going in a new way and direction, it allows you to see so much. It allows you to realize, like, damn, I really don't need what I thought I needed. I really don't need to stay where I thought I needed to stay. I really don't, because if you think about Pentacles energy, that takes time. And if you think about the Page of Pentacles, because Pentacles, you want to think of them in a year. If you think of Page of Pentacles, it can happen at any time. Because I can build and create at any time. Once I release what no longer is holding me in. And I recently resaw one of my own little videos from a while back, 2211, as I'm saying this again, going back to the past. So look at your old journals, your books, your own reflection. Like I said, something came to revelation. And you came to this revelation before. And it's this reawakening from where you were. Possibly from childhood, possibly from the past year, 3 years. You're removing it. But it's this concept of opening self and releasing self. You can create at any time. Page of Pentacles is not on a time crunch. It's on a creative energy. It's on a creative mindset. I almost say creative crunch. I know I can go as far as my mind and my hands will allow me to take me, my body, my energy. I'm bringing it here in the 3D because I'm abandoning what I thought. I'm not feeling that no more. That's what I'm leaving the chaos behind. I'm using my wands for something different. I'm using my wands to create. I'm using the knowledge that I got from the judgment, from the revelation, to create something new. Yeah, you even got me flipping the cards around. This death thing, something could have recently happened where it just something really just got deaded. It could have definitely been a confirmation of the idea, confirmation of seeing it outwardly on the physical, a feeling of emotion and the depth of realizing it, something in that regard, but something, because this is in a fucking cemetery. 6 of Pentacles. And guess this is about allowing your abundance to be shared in a way to providing it, but you realize, damn, I'm really giving to, what the hell? What am I doing? And I feel like in some moments you feel like this was you. And this was other people. Like, I'm down here, but they got all this. What the fuck is going on? They got all... You realize some people are being maneuvered. 6 is also about reflection, taking a step back and looking at everything, a full perspective of the picture. Because even if this was me, would I want to be here? And if I was here, what am I doing with it? Where am I putting the rest of my energy? the rest of my research? Where are the rest of my hands going? And that's right across the Judgment, Page of Pentacles. Am I holding on, feeling like I can't create anymore? And so now I'm not even giving where I know I can give more? Because just because we're in a cemetery, that don't mean we did. We learned that from her. Just because we're in a cemetery, that don't mean we did. We learned that from Judgment. Just because I'm going through a rebirth, I'm going through a time where it may look or feel like something or seem like, but that don't mean I'm dead. That don't mean I ain't got energy. That don't mean I ain't got focus. That don't mean I got passion to drive. So realize, am I being too tight in some areas? Am I not being more open, expressive in some areas? And it's gonna take time, absolutely. It ain't gonna be a quick flip switch overnight. But in my reflection, how am I reflecting? How am I moving? How am I shifting? Because I know I can create more. I've been the Page of Pentacles before. I got the tools to make more. And I feel like you're realizing that with yourself, your gifts, your mindset, your energy, your presence. Is like, I did that, I brought that, I created that, I said that, man, I really am one powerful motherfucker. Ace of Swords. Where it looks like I need a lot, and that's right across the Five of Wands and the Eight of Cups. It may look like I don't need too much. That Ace of Swords is just reminding me of the tongue holding so much power, so much energy. You started with that. So it's like I said, you started. It's not the overall energy. You started with that Two of Swords, but if you realize I can just meld it into one. Like I said, that shadow energy. I mean, I have to be my own savior. So for so long, I can actually realize what it means to live in a thriving, non-survival energy where I can make an impact with one, because I know myself. I don't need to contemplate with myself. I know myself and I will understand myself and what I don't want to be around, what I don't want to be influenced by, what I don't want to keep holding on and giving to, and some are empty and they're just there and they're tarnished and going away. And no, I want to hold myself to a depth that allows me to see. Maybe I planted myself around the chaos for too long. Man around it. Let me go put myself in something else. Let me go root myself in something else. Let me go create something. My depth of ingenuity from what I've been through, what I decided to release and come up with. This Ace of Swords is like, no, I have this supreme inner guidance. Swords energy is words, it's written energy, it's music. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, thinking out there, expansive, taking in fresh breath. Like I said, I watched my old video. Thank you. I think we just brought this back where I was talking about coming up for air. Watch one of my old shorts. I was talking about coming up for air. You know, it's like you have to slowly come up if you've been underwater for some time, or else you'll get the bends and you could die. So if you've been under this pressure for so fucking long, and you start realizing, I need to come up for air, right? I need to come up for water. It's crazy. What did I say? I seen a fish. Almost like the water on a boat. And then I said, I see the mountain. You have to come up. So it's giving me turtle energy as well. But you have to come up slowly. You're slowly. And you have to stay there slowly. And some of you thought you was a whale at the bottom of the ocean. Spirit said, no, baby. Just come up for air. Page of Cups. I love this card description because I feel like it's you, especially since we talked about, you realize I don't need to hold tight fist all my resources, all my creative ideas, who I am, this, money will come in, stability will come in. I don't need, what am I doing? I don't need to beg because I get to choose. I get to choose. The first start of the card was realize you came up with the decision. And it led you to this revelation, to this understanding. Page of Cups. The description on this card, as they describe it, and I would like to say it, this is just a page walking the beach and they find a fish. Hilariously, what did I say? The fucking fish. Come on, Pisces energy, 12th house energy. Being so delusional that it's reality. Being so in an understanding of the no that you realize I cannot be outside of circumference of self because I'm always within the divine. I am the divine. But the page is just helping. Even got a fish on his head. Just like, you know what, let me help. I don't always need things. I have what I need to protect me, to keep me guided. I don't always need things. I'm going to put it back. So puts it inside of its cup. And the fish, to give thanks, gives it a pearl. The page wasn't expecting it. It was just doing out of a sense of who you are, which is compassionate, which is giving, which is understanding, which you're realizing I don't need to constantly, am I being understanding enough? Am I being loving enough? No, where you stay in chaos for too long. It's like, I can't, I gotta reawaken. I gotta shift, I gotta move, I gotta shift. Top. So with this page of cups, with the well in the back, with the coming up for water, with the recognizing I don't need to hold on to things to still get my wants, my desires, and my needs met, exceeded. I don't need to be desperate, and I also don't need to be tight-fisted. I don't need to be locked in, but also don't need to be unguarded. Come on now, better not pop. Yeah, all the elements came out, all of them. What did I say? They said pull from the top. And you remember when that pile came out and I set it to the side? What card y'all think gonna come up? I give y'all a moment. I feel like y'all got this. Just listening to the theme of the motherfucking reading. Put it down in the comments. It's 3227. Put it down in the comments. I'm gonna show you in 5. The fucking death card. The fucking death card. Come on now. Scorpio energy, 8th house energy. And the description of this one is that a child is trying to climb back into the womb of the mother, but it can't. It's already been born. You cannot go back. You can only reflect. You can only come on out because she's about to give birth to something new. And I feel like this is your inner child in you. And it's like you can't, we're already out. We're going to have to deal with these things. Boots on the ground. Boots on the child. But no. Because even where it looks like it's desolate, even where it looks like we are dead, even when it looks like shit is the 333. Come on out, angel numbers, angel words, angel, proper angel coming down and getting it, angel realizing who you are. We can't go back. I'm birthing something new. I'm not dead. And that is the top card, your overall energy card. I love when shit comes more than full circle. To infinity and beyond. Just to show you your other cards that will be coming once you recognize this death. Okay? We got the 9 of Pentacles. What did I say? You don't need to hold a tight fist, baby, to have abundance, wealth, opportunities, alignment, affluence, attraction, magnetism to you. And you know what's more royal than red? Purple, bitch. It just came out so smooth though, so we motherfucking rocking with it. But honey bunches of oats. The baddest. You're realizing I got a lot going on. I am the lot going on. I'm hearing, and I've been saying it to myself recently, so I'm glad I get to share with y'all. I've been saying, if I'm the motherfucking program, then ain't nothing bigger than the motherfucking program, then ain't nothing bigger than me. I am that I am. I know who I am. And so is this realization with the Nine of Pentacles, like, yes, honey bunches of oats, I step in my authority. Even when I'm going through shit, I step in that. I'm it's my decision. I will deal with it. Because they got the Two of Pentacles coming in here. My balance energy. My depth and duality. Pentacles are heavy. These got some weight to it. It took time, it took practice. But yes, I make everything look effortless. Of course I do. It's that Taurus energy. That self-worth, I understand who I am energy. I make everything look easy, breezy, beautiful. I am that girl. Okay? You don't know it. You don't know what I've been through. And you don't need to. Because I'm not going to look like it. I could be going through something right now, but it won't look like it, honey. Because I know what I have. This depth, this vibration, this frequency that allows me to hold so much more than what you think I have. So much more than what you think I am. And what is she dancing on? Purple. I know and I see. And she got little emblems of red. Because I ain't gonna never forget where I came from. That's coming right on top of the Scorpio death card and the Two of Swords, okay? 2-2. 2-2, taking that reflection. Again, that step of understanding into self. I always like to think of two of thinking with positive intentions and actions and reflection. And positive can even be thinking like, damn, I really did do that shit. Because accountability is positive, honey. Understanding what you did and did not do is positive. That's good. Once you stop labeling shit as good and bad in it, that also lets you push in. Final card, Queen of Cups energy. Cancer energy. Fourth house energy. Stability within home, environment, and self. Even if I have to make a decision, I'm going to be careful with it. I'm not going to waste anything. I'm going to pull from a depth of self. And that's right over here with the Page of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. I reign in royalty. The depths of blue, purple. Look, and it's thriving in the back. Remember him, Page? Come on now, walking in the same direction. But when you feed and you nourish what's around you, what is actually, truly living in here, it can grow into something more. It still allows you to care for what you have created in a way. I'm hearing you're not going to be self-sabotaging, honey. You're not going to be doubting. You're not going to have imposter syndrome. You're ruling in a way of realizing I can have a rebirth, reawakening, a change. I can shift at any time. I can move at any time. I can open up at any time. I can excite myself at any time. I can breathe at any time. I can, even if I'm doing it gradually, it's getting done. It's progress. It's work. So today, take this daily reading as realizing. There you go. It's crazy. Before, when I started, it was almost like I thought somebody walked up to the door. I was like, oh, okay. Nobody's there. Okay. Such weird shit. But somebody has rung the doorbell down there. Somebody's place as I'm ending this. So you got some type of, which is funny because now I'm saying, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. How you gonna knock on heaven's door if you ain't already in heaven? You finna have heaven on earth. You're gonna always have heaven on earth. Don't let nobody else tell you motherfucking different. I bet you not. I bet you motherfucking not. I bet you motherfucking not. Okay? But with this being said, Coffin dated. Something is ending. You do not have a choice. I'm surprised the Tower card did not come out. 4004, I am surprised. Something you do not have a choice in this ending, but it is going to put you to where you actually want and deserve to be. And there it goes again. It said we out here. She barking at we getting there. Anything else? Top card. Yeah, no more of this. Boss, you've been in hermit mode for some time, but you got way too much understanding and depth of self. And look at what the fuck is right there. A dead fuck. Because even if thinking low, you ain't really in love. Surviving off the carcasses of old and no more. Okay? 40, 44. We are out of here. My name is Latisse. I do readings on here as well as you can book readings down below, dream decipherings down below, and understandings. Also have a podcast. You can also donate if you feel so called to and feel so moved to my Cash App. I love you. Love yourself so much more. And until next time.